Welcome to Old Men Gaming, I'm Patrick. And wow, I just realized black on black and I almost disappear into the background except for this blue shirt. So there we go. I'd wear a red shirt, but yeah, whatever. Ohio's trying its best to not get the weather straight because we're switching between rain and damn near and freezing temperatures in 50s and 60s. Because it's Ohio. Okay. Should have laid off the cocaine. Okay. So today is First Contact Day in the Star Trek universe. I think it's like 2063. I had to look it up because I couldn't remember. So we may have Lars join us later today to talk a little bit while I'm doing this. But I'm going to go through and create the entire crew of the original series Enterprise. And I'm not going to use D&D to do it for the first time in like ever. I mean, usually it's like, oh, I gotta do some gaming. Let's do some D&D creation. Yeah, let's just do something in D&D because poof. Let me pull up to the screen here. Look, it's the D&D Beyond. I can punch stuff. I can just select that, click characters, and poof, everything's there, and automatically does all the work for me. I've got 60 characters created. And yes, you see, I built Steve Irwin, Mr. Rogers, and Bob Ross. I was inspired on the Bob Ross stream to build them. So I could build almost anything. But then I said, let's just try well, I'd already decided to use something else, but I wanted to try using, I figured I'd try one, and I just grabbed Spock as my first example. So I grabbed Spock, load up. Race, I decided I was going to go with a tiefling instead because he does look all demonic and shit. That was kind of perception when elves weren't really in the consciousness at that point. Maybe hobbits because, well, Nimoy did sing about Bilbo Baggins. Seriously, if you have not seen it, Google it. Just watch. For fuck's sake. So I wasn't going to do... But I came to class as like, I have no idea. No, I used custom lineage. I had no idea once I got to class, what class to start out a Spock as. Because really, these are real people that don't have any super abilities or cool shit that they do. Other than the weird shit Spock can do, and we'll get to that when we get to creation. But something I had picked up was Fate. Switch back here. I picked up this book because I played Fate I played versions of Fate. The first game in the Fate lineup I picked up was a little one called was Demon Hunters that came from the Dead Gentleman bunch who created the movie Gamers. But then I picked up Fate because I wanted a system agnostic. I wanted a world agnostic one, so I could build worlds of my own with regular characters that could do some cool shit. But were more story-oriented and less mechanic-oriented, because, let's be honest, D&D is about mechanics and killing monsters. Fate gives me a toolkit that's very, very different. Since then, I've gotten a few other ones. Now I've picked up a few other games here and there. Powered by the Apocalypse, I've got a couple games of that design. From one that I'll never play, which is Thirsty Sword Lesbians, to, I think, the Avatar role-playing game is going to have using Powered by the Apocalypse, which is a similar but different rule set than Fate. Fate, basically, very simple. I'll just bring up, hold on, I'll show up. This is an entire Fate character sheet. It uses Fate dice, aka fudge dice, which is basically D6s with 2 pluses, 2 minuses, and 2 blanks. And you make it's very simple, very little math, and it's mostly just to aid storytelling. You don't even necessarily a failed roll doesn't necessarily mean a failure. It may mean you succeed, but oh shit, something happened. Because complications are fun for story. So as you... Let's just arrange these. We'll get to them at the end. Now I'm going to obviously do tongue-in-cheek. I got Kirk, Spock, McCoy. I got Scotty, of course. Uhura, Sulu, Chekhov. And I'm going to build a generic Redshirt because this is the Redshirt Geeks. And we are going to have fun with that one. So that's going to be my main focus, is putting this in here. Let me see if I can zoom this in a little bit. There we go. Now I got full screen on all these. Seriously, going to make me do every one of these. 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. There we go. Because it won't take much to do these characters, because it's going to be a lot of dialogue. I also have the Fate core rules. The rather than try to play with the book, I've got the Fate SRD. So, but I got the book because obviously you want to have the book if you want to just sit down and bookster bait. What is bookster baiting? It's where you spend some time alone in the book. You take time. You flip through the covers, maybe a glass of wine, enjoy it, and you spend time with the book. Maybe create a character, maybe create the entire Star Trek crew, because that's the stream. Bookster baiting. If you want regular masturbation, you put it aside and break out the porn, but there we go. So, character creation, technically they do it in play, but we're going to do it in stream because that's the whole point here. So creating characters. Aspects explain how the character's built. Obviously, we got a name. And we're going to create aspects for the character that kind of determine what the character is, how they relate to others. And then I'm going to worry about things, and we're not going to worry about a lot of this, but we're going to keep this in mind because... So let's talk. Okay, so here's what we got. High concept. High concept describes the character because that's what the character does. If you had to define a character, that is literally how we're going to call them. And then the trouble aspect is, well... Ooh, sucker for a pretty face. Strangely, I think Kirk's going to be more... There's homeboy fucked a Martian. I might literally do that. I also, but at the end of the stream, I'm going to take all the characters I created, I'll save them, copy that up, and I will provide a link at the end of this and try to go into the descriptions on every one of these and provide the link in the description so that you too can see all these characters, and maybe that'll give you some inspiration. For legal reasons, I don't own any of this. This is all free stuff, so using free character sheets and offering the character for free to you because I'm not making money on this because I'm not Alec Peters. Fuck that asshole. Now, if you don't know who that asshole is, Google that asshole. He's the reason that Star Trek fan films died. So let's get us a little bit of futuristic-y sounding music. There we go. Okay, so let's get in here and let's start with James T. Kirk, played by actual astronaut. Fuck me, that hurts. William Shatner. Yeah. Thank you. Thank you, Jeff Bezos, for making William Shatner technically an astronaut, you bastard. Now, I'm not going to worry about putting in pronouns, which that's kind of new, I think, and current fate, because these are 60s characters. So we're going to have a bunch of dudes and one girl. I was also thinking of doing Carol Marcus, but she wasn't the main crew except in the Abrams verse in the second movie, and she was there only for one reason. And I'll show you those. Actually, she wasn't even in. Never mind, that movie doesn't exist. Hold on. Hold on, let's just, there's why she was in the movie. Seriously, that movie doesn't exist. Fuck that stupid movie. Okay, so we're not... So aspects, we're going to kind of wing this. We're going to be pretty simple. And this is actually Fate Core free PDF that you can get from their site. From their main site, so. I have access to the SRD. I have access to multiple character sheets. But I bought the book because I want to support and make this game go. Okay. So this is the ultimate starship captain. That's what we're going to say. His high cut. He is the ultimate starship captain. He's the captainiest captain to have ever captained a captaining. That is literally what James T. Kirk. He always. And note, all these characters are going to be based off the original series versions, not the Abrams-verse disasters. Although we might make some jokes here and there, because... Okay, so he is... Kevin, you send a prize. Yeah, if I misspell things unintentionally, you can make fun of me. There was a... Wow, second sneeze. Okay, now I'm coated in my own... Hang on, I see we're going to run into a problem here. Let me move me to here. The stress and consequences, I'm not going to worry about that. I'm not going to worry about some of the noodly mechanics. This is about building the base character. So... That's description. Yeah. Side note, the Horda as the silicon-based creature that burns no-kill iron to rocks, eats through things, and dissolves people with acid. Think about if Eric stuck his dick in the Horda. Roll credits. There we go. The bell is back. Okay, so trouble aspect. Gotta tap that alien. Because every version of Kirk gets laid. Like... Then when Next Generation came along, they brought Picard in, and, well, Sir Pat is awesome, but before we learned how awesome he was, could you see him getting chicks? I mean, I don't know how the fuck he scored Vosh, And even that was a disaster gone stupid. Because she's like, oh, Q's cuter. Obviously, you can show me the galaxy, I can do bad shit. So she goes off, shows up with Q on Deep Space Nine, and Cisco hits him, so he leaves the fucking Alpha Quadrant. What the shit, Q? You pussy. Okay. Okay. So we got... I'm just going to leave it there. We're going to get the main characters down. Let's go to Spock. We'll call him the logical right-hand man, because he's Vulcan, and therefore not a man. So what do we want to do for his trouble aspect? We're going to put it in the half-breed, because that is definitely a thing. And yeah, they played that up in the Abramsverse a little more, where young Spock beats the shit out of another kid, which was an awesome scene, I will say that. Rather than him just looking a little more pensive than usual. We're going to rip into Star Trek into bullshit some more here, I think. Let's just put the Star Trek 4 version. That's his trouble aspect. Sometimes he can get a little weird. Star Trek 4 Spock was really broke. I mean, he can get... We all know what that trouble aspect. Sometimes he does these weird... I'm Vulcan, I don't understand humans. I am going to stand here and be completely puzzled. Also, double dumbass on you. So we'll put that the hell right there, the hell. Okay, so I think that... Crotchety Country Doctor, Chief Medical Officer. Add that C, damn you. It's twice it's done that. Okay, so what... Yeah, I think we'll go with Crotchety Doc will do ya. Basically, he complains about things, but he's a doctor that can pretty much fix anything. And he'll bitch about it the whole time. That is literally what he does almost every movie. I'm trying to think what it would his trouble aspect be. So that's one of the problems with the original series, is that they tried not to try to make everything utopian, and mostly it was a bunch of Paragon-type characters trying to overcome shitty aliens and Nazi planets. I mean, seriously, that is literally half the damn show. Till they got Monster of the Week in Season 3, but we won't talk about Spock's brain. And we are going to... And I am going to keep these character sheets friendly, although the stream is not going to be censored. I'm getting too old for this shit. Because, yeah, he's always... I'm getting to insert reason for this shit. Okay, so yeah, Scotty's good. We'll figure out more on that. Okay, high concept. That is exactly what he is. He is the fucking miracle worker. Ah, he's the fucking miracle worker. Ah, I got to get my Scottish accent on. There we go. Ah, he's a fucking miracle worker. That's what he is. Can go into engineering. You just whip up shit and left and right. I'm trying to think what Scotty's done. The thing with Scotch. Because, yeah, he gets drunks or parties or does something. That's how he got in trouble punching people. Okay. Okay. Yeah. Before I even put the high concept, do you remember Star Trek 6? The communications officer. Okay. This is one thing I'm going to give Abrams credit. One thing that they got right with Uhura in the Abrams verse is that she was really good at translating and figuring out languages and things like that. I mean, she was hyper competent at her job. So much that she was able to distinguish some Romulan out and figure out enough that they had her jump to a bridge station and take over communications. While the original Uhura was definitely capable, in Star Trek 6, she's bumbling out of a Klingon dictionary. And she's old. She's had plenty of time to learn Klingon, and everything says she would be good at it. So when the plot calls for it, she sucks. Not in that way. That's not till the Abrams verse. And she doesn't suck in that way. Okay, so yeah, we're going with that. Everybody understands that reference. Yeah, he's Helm's Swordman and totally not gay character. Even when shirtless. Because yeah. Yeah, okay. So yeah, we're going to their roles on the ship is what we're going to break them down to. We're going to make it Peerless Helmsman. Okay, so what do I want to do for... I'm trying to think for trouble. See, that's the problem. Figuring out trouble aspects for them is always a challenge. It's going to be somewhat of a joke, no matter what I do. So the trouble aspect. What would be his downside? Yeah, let me think here. Let's see here. Well, forget Star Trek The Motionless Picture. Yeah, he didn't really. Yeah, he's only incompetent. He only proves to be really incompetent once, and that's because in the Abrams verse, and that's because the movie called for him to be incompetent for humor's sake. Did you forget to take off the parking brake? Okay. Oh yeah. Okay, ready. And after that, he kicks ass. You see, if I were using the Abrams verse, I could probably make them with D&D characters. I could probably make D&D characters out of them. But the problem is I'm doing the OG TOS crew, and and when a show is almost completely cerebral, you're going to have some things. Okay, so Peerless Helmsman. He is going to be trying to think where to go with this. Trying to think where to go with him. I'm trying to think of something. Yeah, Kirk, Spock, and McCoy got a lot of time. Scotty is a hilarious character. Uhura's, well, she keeps it from being a complete sausage fest. This is. Can you imagine how hard this would be in D&D? Let's see here. What class am I gonna go with? Let's look at I'm thinking here. Okay, so I think I'm going. I don't have anything. I'm completely blanked out as we go through. Yeah, also Russian when we didn't like them during the Cold War. Yeah, because let's be honest, Chekhov. Yeah, let's be honest. He's basically has the Beatles / Monkeys hairstyle because they wanted somebody like that, and then they had, and then of course they had him do that horrible Russian accent. Which, of course, a good Russian accent is always fun to have. But, yes, very difficult Russian accent to listen to. Okay, so, high concept. Yeah, what Chekhov does is just, yeah. I mean, let's see. In the original series, he was the navigator. Star Trek 1, he shot weapons. Star Trek 2, what do you do in Star Trek 2? I think you just kind of floated along in the on the side. Star Trek 3, I don't remember what he did mostly in Star Trek 3. Star Trek 4, he looked for nuclear vessels, got captured, and was stupid. I really don't remember. I mean, mostly I remember accent and... Yeah, we're going to go with Where Was I in Season 1. This is... He's kind of just added to fill a quota. Even more so than Sulu and Uhura. Which was the whole idea. The grand concept was the idea of showing people of different races and different backgrounds and different nationalities all working together in peace and harmony and shit like that. Which getting a black woman on the bridge was important. In fact, Nichelle Nichols wanted... True story, Nichelle Nichols wanted to quit, but a fan of the show basically wanted to see her and told her not to quit because she was important to the movement and the thing that he was doing. His name was Martin. Luther King Jr. Yeah. So yeah, Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. said she couldn't quit the show. And now let's get... Okay. Luke Tribbles says, I want a recurring role, meaning he's not going to take the hit and die. Sacrificable human shield. Trouble aspect is going to be, I want a recurring role. He will do things to not die, and somebody else will die. But not the main characters because their names are in the credits. It was supposed to be red. Oh, I'm assuming there was a red shirt in the episode Skin of Evil, but then Denise Crosby wanted out of her contract, and the red shirt said, "Okay, I'm going to sit this one out, okay?" And then Denise Crosby gets wiped out. Then Tasha Yar gets blasted to death. Poof, you're dead. Oh, now you want to come back. Shit. Alternate universe. Yes, that's what we'll do. And you went back in time. Okay, the ship wasn't destroyed. You were captured. You fucked a Romulan, and now Sela is your new character. Yeah. Side note: been playing Star Trek Online. Sela is really a cunt in that game. Okay, so now we got the most basics. We're gonna come back to other aspects and stunts and things, because the high concept roughly tells you what your this is when your character's at their best. This is the high concept that they tap to do something awesome. The trouble aspect is something that the GM can invoke, or the character can invoke for fate points. I forget what it's called. My brain just completely blanked on the rules because I haven't looked at the rules in a while. I glanced at them enough to be able to do this stream tonight because it's more about getting the guts of the character on the page. Nope, that's not what I want. Get that off my screen. Let's slide that out all the way. Give me a second here. Bunk. Let's get that. I just want to drop that out so it's not showing up anywhere on my screen. Because I watch way too many videos of everything. Not that one. Okay, so the next thing we're going to do is do skills. Now, I changed these around to fit better for the Trek universe. Which reminds me of Lars's character, Zap Kirkman. Okay, so we're going to drop these guys in here. I'm going to drop I'm going to use the stunts and extras temporarily to put the skills. So we can go through and assign skills. Now, because this is the crew of the Enterprise, we're going to build them a little bit differently. So let's look at the fate rules first. Let's go to skills. Okay. So we're going to have they normally have a single skill at great, which is +4. Okay, so we got a one skill at +4. 2 at 3, 3 at 2, 4 at 1. We're going to add 1 at 5, 1 at 4, 3, 1 at 5, 1 at 4, 2 at 3, 3 at 2, and 4 at 1. Because we are building the... So we got 18 skills. Okay, so let's go through our skill list. Okay, we got athletics, pretty self-explanatory. We've got computer, which is basically anything using anything doing computery stuff, mainly science and stuff like that. I just realized that's what science stuff. And medical. Okay. I just realized I did not have those on my list. Oh. Okay, so let's get back to our sheets. Okay, so... We're going to leave manipulate. Okay, so we're going to do this. Hang on, I got to figure this out. Okay. Okay, so we're going to put that in superb. We're going to put fighting there. Command, science, and medical. Okay, so let me... Okay, so let me do this. Okay, so let's... Sorry, I got everything scattered around everywhere here. Okay, so let me find... There we go. Sorry, I got about 37,000 things. Did I fuck something up here? Okay. We're just going to keep putting these. I'm going to say he could fly some stuff a little bit. Starship piloting. Already got fighting. Tell you what, we're going to go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Because he's a tactical expert. Got command. And I'm throwing manipulation out because... Investigation. I'm looking through this. See, as I go through this, I'm just going to take the... I'm just going to keep filling. Willpower is ability. I'm going to assume he has at least some. What is that ship? Ah, ship. Ship weapons. That's what it was. I'm going to assume he has some of these piloting, engineering, weapons, perception. He could do most of those, but science, medical, computer stuff. Need another fare. We're going to give him there. We're going to give investigation there and stealth. We're going to do... We're going to assume computer skills. Yeah. He's definitely command, being able to guide the others. Praised and tactical. He's good at fighting, phasers, and willpower. He's fair with athletics, deception, empathy, perception. He's average with these things, and he's unranked in those. That seems like a good distribution. Okay, so let's do Spock. Copy. Okay, let's go back, since I fucked the dog on this. Okay, so let's start with... Spock is surprisingly spry, so we're going to put athletics there. We're going to put computer here. Yeah, this is... Right now we're... How'd deception get in there? Do I even... Hold on. Yeah. We're gonna... Hang on, I gotta fix the... We're gonna leave it tactical. We're gonna... Tactical is basically being able to figure out how to maneuver around a situation, which could replace... Okay. So there we go. Okay, so... We're going to assume he's capable of that. I've never really seen... Empathy's down here. He's a Vulcan. I'm going to put that... Actually going to put it there. We're going to leave that fair because, to be honest, Spock is a beast in fighting. Okay. Science, computer investigation, that's what Spock does. We're going to put command there. We're dropping manipulation. We're going to put these little things. We're going to put that there because he... Okay, so... 3, 4... So we should have 4... Let me see here. Do I have something duplicated here? I got something wrong here. Command, persuasion, tactical. Command. Persuasion, tactical. 5, 9, 10, 13, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. So I should have 20 here. 4, 8, 10, 13, 14, 15, 16, 18, 19. I got something missing. Okay. Two, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 13, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19. What have I got? Oh crap, I've already lost. So let's go to Kirk. Athletics. Computer, he's got there. Communications. Engineering. Small craft. Starship. Empathy. Fighting. Investigation. Tactical. Command. Science, medical, perception, persuasion, ship weapons, phasers, stealth, willpower. Okay, what am I missing? I am completely lost in this. Deception. That's the one I removed deception. Okay, that's the one that I... Okay, so now I don't need that. Now I know. Okay. Okay, so... Okay, there we go. Okay, so now I know that was the problem we had. Okay, so let's copy this. Okay, so we are going to go to McCoy. Let's see what Bones has got. Okay, so let's just go find medical. We're going to put him good at science. Computer. He's a doctor. Investigation is going to be great. But he's not known for athletics or command. We're going to put those up really high. The difference is perception is noticing details. Investigation is looking through stuff to figure it out. I'm going to give willpower up there because I like my pain. I need my pain. Yeah, I'm making Star Trek V jokes. We're also going to put persuasion up there because often he has to deal with Spock. Whose persuasion is... Okay, so there we go. I don't see him fighting. But I also don't... I see he's probably competent at these because he understands physiology and things like that. Empathy is decent. Probably could be higher, but... Okay. We're going to advance fighting. Again, we're going to use, he's a doctor there. So I think that pretty much puts, I think that's probably best. Again, these are better than average characters, these three. Now, we're going to get Scotty. We remove deception. Okay. He's going to be really good with the computer. Communications is... We're going to put tactical down here. I'm going to put investigation there. And these might go up. I think we're going to put his investigations could be fairly high. I'm gonna put perception there. Manipulation was the other one I was throwing out. Definitely fighting. Fighting. Empathy. Am I missing something? Crap. I'm missing something. Oh, I bet I didn't copy. Okay, I place athletics, computer, communications, engineering, small craft piling, starship piling, empathy, fighting, investigation, technical, command, okay. Ship weapons, phasers, stealth, willpower. Okay. There we go. Okay, so as you can see, his big thing is obviously engineering, computers, investigation are high, because that's his job. Communications, small craft, and phasers. He's pretty good with all these. Tell you what, actually, let's take communication out. Some Klingons can attest to that. Tactical persuasion, starship piloting, empathy, command. And there's Scotch involved. Yeah, he's good at that. Okay. Now, mind you, we'll go till 11 when I run out of... Okay, so let's get her... Let's clear the board of this. Okay. So as you can see, I think there was a whole new skill we would add. If there was something that didn't fit, we would just add it. So let's get Sulu, Chekhov, our Redshirt, and Uhura. Okay, so let's find our big one. Communications. Boom. We're going to put empathy up there because, yeah, that's the other thing she does well. Somebody who's great at communication is also going to be pretty good there. Okay, so good is going to... We're going to put that there at least. I'm going to put her at least fair with that. She doesn't really do engineering. I'm going to assume she's probably that. There's number 2. I'm going to make her good at... We're going to put command down there. To be honest, right now I'm just trying to fill. The problem with her is that, yeah, that's... Yeah, some of these are kind... Yeah. Yeah, we'll put ship weapons and starship piloting down here. This is also where Deanna Troi has starship piloting, which explains Star Trek Generations. I'm flying the ship now. Well, that won't be the last ship named Enterprise. Yeah. You think you can control your bitch, Riker? Yeah. No. You ever meet her mother? Picard facepalm. Scene. That was completely wrong. Okay. Okay, so let's start with Sulu. We're going to put athletics up there. Along with fighting, because we've seen him with the rapier. Let's put investigation down here. Computer, I'm going to say he's fair with. Communications, I don't know yet. We're going to put command up there because this is Captain Sulu. Really didn't see anything tactical, but he's going to be average on that. He's the pilot, so we're going to put that there, small craft piloting, which includes small starships and Hueys. I'll say he's probably competent there. Star Trek 4 strikes again. No, we're going to put Suasion up here. Because how else do you have a gay old time? He's really not a science guy, so put him there. He couldn't even realize his actor was gay, so I think we'll put Willpower down there. So yeah, these are powerful characters. Okay, Chekhov. Because he controlled weapons on Star Trek The Motion Picture, that's literally... We're going to put engineering up there. I fucking hate Star Trek into bullshit. But he's getting it because he pulls off engineering sometimes. Which means we're going to put computer there. Phasers there. We'll put athletics there. I'm sure he's probably good there. And he could probably fly the starship. We'll give him a little empathy. Yeah, tactical he sucks at. Okay, so willpower. Star Trek 4 strikes again. If his phaser worked, yeah. Probably competent there. Medical, because Star Trek 6 fucked up and thought they had McCoy, but then they pressed Chekhov into service. Okay. I literally saw him do none of this. Plus investigation. Star Trek 4 again. Okay, so yeah, I'm going to actually leave him one short on the pyramid. Because that is one of the biggest problems with Chekhov is they underdevelop his character significantly. Lars is going to have something to Now, okay, so we are going to do this. So, let's do Redshirt. Redshirt is going to definitely be great at Fate. We're going to give him basic pyramid. So, 1, 2, 3, and 4. Okay. He's going to be okay at fighting. Great for small craft piloting, because then... Red shirts can be good at science. Are pretty good at science. Let's give him starship piloting. And engineering. They're fair tactical, although they get themselves killed. Definitely athletics. We're going to put perception down here, because let's be honest. They can't figure anything. And we'll stick empathy up there. Usually it's a hero that solves that. Can't persuade anybody. They can fire. Willpower, they suck because they gotta, because we gotta let the, because they gotta break. And stealth, they suck because they always die. Okay, so there we go. So I think we got that. So yeah. The fact is they're going. The fact is we got to give a couple extra skills up. Okay, so I think we've got the skills. Our Redshirt is not superb or anything because he's a regular crew member and therefore sacrificable. I say he because the original Redshirts were all guys and they all died. In fact, if I look... Let's see here. Let's go Memory Alpha first of all. Hey, there's Redshirts. Dead, dead, dead. Oh, David Gerald played a Redshirt and somehow didn't die. I'm looking for a list. Shocker, everybody makes... Okay. Oh, here we go. Lee Carousel, Gary Mitchell. Although, to be honest, these were characters that had plot. These characters had some plot through. Dead, dead. So there's one, two. There's that one. So yeah, here's the list of vaporized by Gordon, killed a Gordon. Season 1, excluding the cage. So yeah. So 4 red shirts, 4 blue shirts, and 7 yellow. Interesting. Yellow, red, blue, red, 2 red. Didn't even have names. Carlisle, unknown. Hendorf, Kaplan, Mallory, Marple, unknown. Wow, they cranked up 16 red shirts, 1 blue, 1 yellow, 1 unknown. So that's what. There you go. So there's. So yeah, okay. So yeah, there wasn't too many. Yeah, you can see they cranked it. Season 1, of course, these were characters you think were going to be good because this is from the. This is the pilot episode. These might have been notable crew members had they not. You notice there's actually women in here. Other than that one, there's the second one. So there's 3. 3 of them, and not counting the second pilot. Okay, so let's. Okay, so we've got a couple other things we can do. Let me find them. Okay, so I think we're good, well along the way here getting these. Okay, so technically we've got the entire crew is ready to play because we don't need anything else. Okay, so other aspects. The moral of the story is this is Kirk's tendency when he can always find the moral high ground. Okay, yeah, I'm taking a shot at Shatner. Hypnotizing monologue when I talk. And hey, my shirt is ripped. Because those are some aspects. More story is he's always able to find the moral center in the story. Hypnotizing monologue when I talk. For when he's at his most dramatic. And hey, my shirt is ripped because Shatner went through shirt like my ex goes through dicks. Rapidly. Okay, so the next one. The first thing is going to be the mind meld. Because literally this is the thing Spock uses a lot of times. We'll call it mind meldy. And we'll get down to that later, but that's going to be definitely a stunt. Okay, this one's going to be a kind of a confusing one. I don't even remember the name of the song. Information Society. Yep, that's one. What's on your mind? Pure energy. Hang on a second. Let me. Basically, it has Nimoy saying pure energy over and over. It's a really cool one, but I'm not going to risk copyright to play it, so. Okay, so let me get back to. Now the. Generally, that's another extension of his science skills. But I kind of. And we'll go with my logic fascinates you because he can generally outthink anybody. McCoy? Yeah, we got to go with that one. Somehow he manages to pull off something for when he's, I'm a doctor, not whatever, and he pulls off something. I'm trying to think what else we could go for aspects on McCoy. Let's go with the moral compass. Because basically when Spock suggesting action and Kirk's trying to figure out it, he basically says, no, this is why we shouldn't listen to this green-blooded, cold-blooded Vulcan son of a bitch. I think he would have... And the third one... Hold on, actually. We'll go with what's the Spock in my head? Because that's... We're going to leave that for a stunt. I have an idea. So we'll come back to the stunts in a little bit here. We're just going through and building other aspects. He's dead, Jim. Doesn't really work for anything. I think we're going to leave that as third aspect. Here's the nice thing. One thing I did that is cool about the Fate is you can leave an aspect until you really need it. So we may not fill in all three on all of them. Chekhov, we sure as hell aren't. The red shirt, I don't think we're going to put... Okay, we'll come back to that because that's going to be... let's be honest. Scotty is the life of the party and can do some crazy. And when you need somebody to be obviously Scottish. I'll hold the ship together while you're gone. Because he was often given command and somehow didn't manage to survive without blowing up the ship. I don't know where else to go. Yeah, true story. She sang the song and performed the dance and sung the song and performed the dance. Then they overdubbed her singing, which Nichelle Nichols is actually a fairly talented singer. Okay, this one, second one is I can sing except in Star Trek and dance. The second aspect I'm going to give her is he has a dream. I don't know how this is going to be used, to be honest, but again, this is a reference to Dr. King and her staying on Star Trek because she became the role model. Star Trek guest star and astronaut Dr. Mae Jemison got into what she was doing because of Nichelle Nichols and Uhura. So yeah, actual astronauts were inspired. Black women were inspired to become astronauts because of this character. I think we're acknowledging that there because that's awesome. I still do not have a trouble aspect for Sulu. We're going to play I'm Sexier Shirtless Than Shatner. Because, yeah, he's absolutely... Because, yeah, let's be honest. When he goes shirtless and dancing around, he's pretty awesome. And yeah, and this is going to be another Star Trek 4 reference, because basically he knocks somebody on their ass for... I can't spell. We're going to reference. I can fence when I want to. I can fence when I want to because I'm. Yeah. So yeah, I was watching top 10 song. I was watching a top 20 song list, or top 10, I forget. But it was 80 songs that became popular later, and Safety Dance was on that list. So. We'll come back to stunts as I think of them. We're going to go with fill the blank, because basically whatever you needed Chekhov to do, if none of the other characters cover it, he literally covered it. He handled weapons on Star Trek the motionless picture. He searched for nuclear vessels and somehow knew that. He became chief engineer in the Abrams verse, just so he could advance the dumbass plot in that piece of shit movie that doesn't exist. Where was I in season 1? Also, that trouble aspect also references the fact that in Star Trek 2 he remembered Khan. Khan was the season 1 character. Chekhov didn't show up till season 2. I don't really think of anything else. Can't really think of it. And I think... Okay, so let me look at wording here. Give me a second here. We are going to do stunts. We're going to... Okay. I just need to look at wording real quick. Because like I said, I haven't done this for a while. Okay. I know exactly. Okay, I think I know how I'm good. Once per... Okay, so we're going to give him one stunt. My name is Redshirt. Once per scene, when any other character would take severe consequences, I can take the damage and die instead, eliminating the threat. I then return the next scene with a different name and face, but the same color shirt. Dead Man's Red. Okay, so there we go. There is... Okay. Okay, so let's see here. Yeah, plot armor. We're giving Shatner plot armor. I mean, Kirk. Let's be honest, it's actually Shatner. So let's see what we do here. Uh 2 arms, 1 fist. What else can we do with Kirk? I'm just trying to think here. I was hoping... Yeah, I'm adding a little commentary because I can. Artists. So yeah, if Kirk can fight unarmed, get behind somebody and double axe handle them, then he gets a +2 in unarmed attacks, And +1 if he's trying to convince her curse, because it's the 60s. Yeah. Yeah, I'm not going to shy away from some of the more problematic elements. Okay, so I think I got Kirk. Cancel. We're going to save Kirk. Okay. Yeah. If a target's completely unaware, use a +2 and gain a +2 and use stealth to attack an unaware target, knocking them out of high succeed. Yes. Wow, my fingers do. Yeah, we're going to actually reference because that's actually in Star Trek The Milch's picture. He encounters serious energy because he wants to know, which happens to be the name of the song by Information Society. Oh my fuck, that's brilliant. Okay. Okay, so... Okay. Okay. Yeah, because Valeris, a.k.a. Chemical Trial, the sluttiest character on Sex and the City. Yeah. Yeah, we're gonna leave that part out. Yeah. Can also use the ones that can't chain to cheat death. Yeah. So once per session, he can go to Spock, see if he does something with, say, what's he come? Say. So yeah, he can look over and use something else, which is awesome. But he can't use the nerve pinch. Yeah, we'll keep Vulcan neck pincher. We'll come back to that. I just thought of that one. Okay, so yeah, most of his abilities are he solves problems. I'm trying to think of this. I think we're going to leave that on that. Yeah, so this character. One procession, you can drink someone under the table to subdue them. Of course, there may be consequences. That thing with scotch. See, sometimes... And I don't think there's really much else we need to do with him. Yeah, we'll just go with the fan dance. I think that's... I'm trying to think... Yeah, I think that's pretty much... I'm trying to think if there's anything else I can rethink. So let's go with Sulu. Okay, so part of the I can't spell today. Okay, so basically, if he's using a fencing sword or a light rapier or something like that, he gains a +2 to his fighting skill. He does not gain it if he uses a samurai sword. Another story, apparently, crap. Why am I... George Takei, when they were preparing the scene for The Naked Time, they asked if he wanted to use a sword, and he said yes, and they gave him the choice, and he chose a fencing sword instead of a samurai sword because he pointed out this is the 23rd century. I should be able to learn what I want. Let's not make it culturally. Let's not be tied to one culture, basically. And I have a feeling there's some additional ones. We're not going to... Okay, so stunts and... So let me make sure I've saved these. Boom. Save. Save. Okay, I'm trying to think of something witty. Let's see here. So once per scene. So I'm going to give him once per scene he can make the skill roll using Spock's skill. Make sure I've saved all these dudes and dudettes. Okay, so I think that's it. So let's look at our characters. Okay, so we got James T. Kirk. High concept is ultimate starship captain. Trouble aspect, gotta tap that alien. Other aspects, and the moral story is he tends to be able to say, he's able to point out, he's basically being able to come to the conclusion that needs to be come to. Hypnotizing monologue when I talk. In other words, can use this to create an advantage or distract things. And hey, my shirt is ripped. This is usually when he's in a fight. Could be used to gain an get an advantage or avoid a consequence or something like that, or shift a consequence down. Stun settings. Plot armor. Once per session, I can actually avoid any moderate or severe consequences that would kill anyone with a red shirt. We got 2 arms, 1 fist. When fighting, I get a +2 to unarmed attacks if I can get behind them and duck blacks handle them in the back. I almost went with Judo Chop, but that's more Austin Powers. And Lars' Demon Hunter's character, Zap Kirkman, who literally had the ability Judo Chop. And then Art of Seduction. I have a +1 when trying to convince or coerce, it's the 60s, baby, a woman to have sex with me. +2 if she's green skinned, because that's not at all racist. Okay, so let's archive him. Okay, so we got Spock. He's logical right-hand man. Trouble Star Trek 4 version. Just when you want things to be really awkward. Other aspects, naturally telepathic. Pure energy. I want to know what you're thinking. There was something you can't hide. I can't remember all the lyrics, but I know that's how the song goes. And my logic fascinates you. Obviously, he's good at science. So we got Vulcan neck pinch. I gain a +2 and can use stealth to attack an unaware target, knocking them out if I succeed. And Vulcan mind meld. Once per session, I can mind meld with someone to learn the most important information possible, either willingly or not. I can also use once in the campaign to cheat death. So we got Bones here. He's a crotchety dockle-do-ya, which is literally how he is. He's a doctor and he's crotchety, but he manages to get the job done. Trouble, I'm getting too old. I'm getting too whatever for this shit. Other aspects, I'm a doctor, not, etc., and the moral compass. The only stun he's really got, what's this Spock in my head? Once per scene, I can make a skill roll using Spock skill. Instead, just some random bits rattling out in my head. Okay. Which does time to another character. Now, Scotty. The miracle work of engineering. That thing with scotch. A little bit of a drinker. Real men wear kilts and play pipes. And I'll hold the ship together while you're gone. This basically references his ability to stand out among his crew and wear a kilt and play pipes. And I'll hold the ship together while you're gone. Those are pretty much aspects that relate him to others. Obviously, he's the chief engineer, so he's... Okay, Multi 4. When tasks will take several rolls, it's only because you padded your times. One per session, you may use a successful engineering roll 4 times in a single scene. So you roll great, and you use... So the first time you roll successfully, you can use it 3 more times. And I can only... 1 per session, you can drink someone under the table to subdue them. But yeah, that's... Yeah, that's brutal. Except on engineering. Somehow you can pull off a miracle no matter what. Yep, save that one. So Uhura communicated... We're going to call it... We're going to call her the master communicator, but occasionally the plot demands that the Klingon dictionary thing says. Either I could sing, except in Star Trek 5, and dance, and he has a dream. Which is when you need the character to be something more than just a character. And her stun, obviously, just communications. She has expertise, the fan dance. I can sing and dance and use persuasion to enchant/distract someone. Rather than stealthing, and use persuasion, enchant, distract. Normally you'd use tactical to outwit somebody. Okay, so I like that one. Okay. And I'm pretty certain Lars is going to yell at me for this, so oh well. Hikaru Sulu. Okay, so he's Peerless Helmsman. We'll make his trouble aspect Shatner trouble. We'll just go with Shatner. Because, yeah, the history between William Shatner and my brain is completely toast. George Takei is just so messy. Yeah. Obviously, other aspects he can. So yeah. What that means is basically he can be stepped on in a. The trouble aspect means that the GM could probably step on him a little bit in the scene, and mess with him. Okay, I confess what I went to. Again, +2 fighting if I have a rapier or a fencing sword, but not a samurai sword. Or that extendable motherfucker that they used in Abrams' track, which is still pretty cool. I think I need to add a second one. Ooh. My. Yeah. Manner. Gave me back. Okay. As you can see, I'm not looking at what I'm typing. Oh my. Between scenes, I can change my second with the plot, whether I'm a straight man played by gay man or gay man played by straight man. We're not talking about Spock and her. Okay. Okay, so yeah, Pavel Chekhov, formerly interchangeable crew member. Let's be honest, he's replaced. He kind of just fills in wherever initially, and then kind of settles in eventually. Trouble, where was I in season 1? And then other aspects going to be fill in the blank because I just don't know, because that was part of the problem with him. And obviously we'll go to the script. Chekhov unfortunately got the short end of the stick for the most part. I am trying to remember where he was significant to the plot, except Star Trek II, where he gets a worm stuck in his ear, doesn't kill himself, and that was it. Hey, Colville's streaming, and I'm about done. Sweet. Okay, that's good. And, of course, we got our red shirts, so let's close this out. Okay, so I don't need that anymore. I don't need that anymore. So that's our characters. So let's send to compressed folders. Okay, so let me do two things here. I need to pull this screen up. This is my Google Drive. Copy the link. Okay, so my fingers suck. Okay, so let's okay, so that should have... Whoop, wrong button. There we go. Hit the right button. Okay, so those have posted in the chats. And once I finish this stream, I'll go back and add that into each post. I'll add that into the Twitch and YouTube posts. Seriously, fuck. If you're on Facebook, come find me on one of the good streams. Because fuck Facebook. So, I think we'll leave it there. Tomorrow is Wednesday at War. Where I'll have more good news because Pantarius was streaming today and didn't seem to get interrupted by anything. I think she's up in north around Kyiv because I think she might be returning to a semblance of normal, which is what we're hoping for. So I'll be playing that. So I'll be back into this war of mine on Wednesday. Thursday I am going to get back to StarCraft and get deeper into the Zerg. Friday, I work, and I'm playing D&D that night, and then I got to work Saturday, and then gaming on Saturday night. So I have to find time to sleep for a few hours so I'm not dead. So be streaming Wednesday, Thursday, off Friday, off Saturday, and I will be back here on Sunday with Lars, and we'll be playing some Star Trek Online, which would have played if he had more than 5 seconds of time to do anything. So until next time, I will see you when I see you. Also forgot one other thing. Also, live long and prosper and shit.